How long did she say that for? How long did she say that for? Does she still say that?
Sam Harris, who was very influential in my early wake up as a decent liberal who was fighting against leftism, fighting against identity politics and all of those things. You've heard me talk about when I watched him on Real Time with Bill Maher debating Ben Affleck, and it really was one of my light bulb moments that genuinely changed my life. I've obviously had him on the show a million times. We've kind of gone our separate ways since then. He is now a Kamala Harris supporter. Ben Shapiro obviously is a Trump supporter. They went on Bari Weiss's podcast and they had a debate about Trump versus Kamala.
So this is my original claim, Sam, is that Donald Trump is very obvious in his excesses. Democrats and the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris are much more, I would say, much more subtle in their excesses. But those excesses are no less dangerous for being more subtle. In fact, in some ways, I think they are more dangerous for being more subtle.
Ben, you can't use a phrase like no less dangerous. Hillary Clinton conceded in 24 hours. That is less dangerous than this continuous provocation.
Sam,
I just
disagree with you. I disagree with you. I think that the attempt by members of the media, by Hillary Clinton, who herself said that Donald Trump was illegitimately elected based on Russian interference in the 2016 election, was highly damaging.
How long did she say that for? How long did she say that for? Does she still say that?
I mean, she will. Yes, actually, she will still claim openly that there was manipulation that took place during the. That is true. There was manipulation during the 2016 election.
No, it's what she says. The sane thing to say is that there is continuous foreign interference in our elections, right? I mean,
well, that's the double standard, Sam. Now you're proposing a double standard.
When
Hillary says it, it's totally subtle and fine, and when Trump says it in the most obvious, foolish way, then it's totally different.
Ben, you're just missing the relevant details.
No, he's not missing the relevant details. Hillary repeatedly, multiple times on Twitter and throughout the media, over the course of the 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency, referred to him as illegitimate and said that the election was stolen and a whole bunch of other stuff. They also had a sham impeachment. They had 51 intelligence officials who claimed that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian misinformation. You had big tech like Twitter, old Twitter, pre-Elon Twitter, that banned the story, the Hunter Biden story, from even coming out. You had an entire machine that was designed to destroy Donald Trump. Sam, unfortunately, I would say Sam, as an atheist, he doesn't believe in God, but he believes that Trump is the devil. That doesn't strike me as a very solid position to stake your worldview at. They continued.
And then just final point, you keep using the word normal. And I think there are a lot of Americans who hear normal. And what they actually hear is situation normal all f***ed up. Meaning we've done normal politics a lot. And it turns out that things were kind of f***ed up. And Trump, things were not normal. And things in terms of actual day-to-day life, economically, foreign policy-wise, were less f***ed up. And so would we all prefer a choice between normal and not f***ed up and normal and not f***ed up? That'd be great. That not f***ed up would be a great status quo. But the reality is that there are a couple different operative levels of normal. And one of the things that I think people want normalcy from is their lives. If people had felt satisfied that Joe Biden had restored normalcy when he came into office with a popularity rating in the high 50%. And within a year, he had sunk those popularity ratings down into the low 40s because it turns out he was not normal. It turns out that he could say all the things that he wanted, that he could mutter whatever he wanted into a microphone. And Americans did not feel sanguine. They did not feel stable. They did not feel that him blowing out the spending, for example, or pulling out of Afghanistan, leaving billions of dollars behind while lying to the American people for months that everything was going to be totally hunky-dory over there. They didn't like that either. And so this kind of the reference to the word normal over and over and over to only refer to the behavior of the candidate as opposed to the life lived by Americans is the reason that despite all the excesses, some of which you and I agree on, Donald Trump right now is running dead even with Kamala Harris and maybe ahead.
I actually don't have to show you much more from Sam because it was just, you should watch it on your own and make your own opinion for yourself. But it was just Trump is insane over and over and over again. Let's be real. Most K-Cup pods are filled with low-quality beans that are loaded with mold, pesticides, and who knows what else. Studies have shown that mold and pesticide residue are big issues in mass-produced coffee, and trust me, you can taste the difference. Stale, toxic coffee isn't the way to start your day. That's why Rumble's 1775 coffee is a game changer. Their new K-Cup pods are packed with single-origin, high-altitude beans, hand-picked for maximum flavor with no shortcuts. shortcuts. Whether you prefer medium roast, dark roast, or their mushroom blend with lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps for a brain boost, these pods fuel your mornings without the junk you get from big brands. Now you don't have to sacrifice quality for the convenience with K-Cups. Head on over to 1775coffee.com/Rubin and use code Rubin to save 15% off your 24-pack today and power up your mornings with the best.